Hey there friends, it's Jason Ligo here again, and in this video I want to talk to you about some end of the year reflections for the entrepreneur. End of the year reflections for the entrepreneur. Now as you can see here, I'm enjoying some great festivities. At the time of this video, it is Christmas week. All right, it's Christmas, it's also New Year ahead of us, and I got to tell you, it's a great time to be alive. It certainly is a great time to be an entrepreneur, and I hope that you feel that same way. Now it is the end of the year though, and with that said, you know, there's definitely a great time that makes for some wonderful reflection time, and everyone should be doing it in my opinion. You know, everyone is all about the New Year's resolution, but the fact of the matter is, before New Year's resolution, it's important to spend some time reflecting on how your year ended. And I think that I'll actually give you some great fuel for New Year's and everything that comes with it. All right. With that said, I want to go ahead and give you just a few questions to ask yourself on how you can reflect on your end of the year, on your year as a whole. And again, that should spawn some really good discovery in terms of heading into the new year. Let's get started. Number one, thank the one person. Thank the one person. Now, interestingly enough, for most businesses and most entrepreneurs that I talk to these days, when they look back on this past year, all right, and most years, but definitely this past year with regards to the challenges that came with it, a lot of the times they can identify one person or maybe a couple people that they should be thanking for their presence and their role in their life and in their business. Usually because it's the mentorship that they may have received from this person, or some inspiration that they received from them. Maybe it was something that they taught them, something along those lines. But a lot of the times there is one particular person that had a tremendous impact and influence on your success and how you did this past year. So I'd encourage you to identify who that person is. Again, it could, I don't know if it's me or someone like that you look up to, or maybe again someone who works closely with you. Maybe it's a new business associate. Maybe it's someone who has emerged on your team that has really proven to be profitable and help you become more profitable as a result. Whoever that person is, find them and thank them for being that person. Number two, celebrate all wins. Celebrate all wins. That's right, we want to celebrate wins, all big and small. Celebrate every last one of them. Now, interestingly enough, you hear that all the time, celebrate your wins, right? But everyone forgets to do it, right? And that's something that is said all throughout the year. Reflect on your wins, celebrate your wins. If you don't have any big wins, talk about the small ones. But the fact of the matter is, not everyone does it, and it's very easy to get distracted, and it's very easy to get caught up in everything around you and not do it, okay? So with that said, I want to go ahead and tell you that right now, tell you that this is the time that you should be doing it. If you haven't done it at all, do it now, okay? Go ahead and take the time to brush your shoulders off, to pat yourself on the back, and to tell yourself, good job, all right? I don't care how big the win was or how small the win was. A win is a win is a win, and take time to celebrate it. Far too often I find that entrepreneurs, what they do, one trap that they fall into, is they reassess how they did at the end of the year, and after this assessment, they'll try to see, basically it's a pass or fail. Did I hit my goal? Did I hit my income level? Did I go ahead and crush the number that I wanted? And if the answer is no, then they automatically are predisposed in their mind to consider it a failure. And that's fatal. I'm telling you not to do that, all right? You're not a failure just because you didn't hit the mark. It just means you fell a little bit short. So rather than look at it as a pass or fail, just understand that if you came close and you hit progress, that is points on the board towards a win, and you should definitely celebrate all wins, big and small. Celebrate your wins. Number three, ask yourself, how has my thinking changed? How has my thinking changed? All right, now this is very important. The entrepreneur, the smart entrepreneur, the wise entrepreneur is one who adapts and definitely can evolve with regards to their sense of thinking. A lot of the times in mentorship, especially in the business field where you're trying to do some coaching and informational selling and consulting, kind of like I do, you know, you kind of get into this trap where you are falling into a one-size-fits-all or to a cookie-cutter situation. And it's almost like, well, if I was trained a certain way, I have to believe this, I have to think like this. And I'm telling you that that's not the case, nor is it always beneficial. The reality is you should definitely be thinking about what you're saying, what you're thinking, and go from there, right? Go ahead and expand your horizons with regards to your thought. Just because you thought a certain way doesn't mean it has to be your way going forward, especially when you take time to reassess how well you're thinking and the actions that you took there, you know, related thereto, impacted your overall success and outcome for this year. So think about it. Are you thinking the same way? Maybe it's time to shift your thinking. Number four, and finally, ask yourself, what am I changing this new year? What am I changing, all right? Surely something has to change. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go ahead and abandon your post. I'm not saying that you need to go ahead and do a complete overhaul of your system, of your method of practice, of your business, unless you think that that's beneficial. I'll leave that to you to go ahead and decide. But it does stand to reason that if you didn't hit your goal, or if you have bigger ones, then certainly something should change, at least by a small margin. If you're not going to change in terms of doing something a little bit differently, maybe you do something things a little bit more, and you find ways to go ahead and accomplish that. All right, maybe it's time for you to go ahead and take on a team member and delegate some tasks, whereas before maybe you were doing everything by yourself. Whatever it is, go ahead and adopt those changes, go ahead and stand by them, make sure that they're not fly by night, commit to that process, commit to them, see those changes through, and watch those changes work for you. That's it, my friends. Listen, I hope that you enjoyed this. I got to get back to enjoying these fun festivities before it gets too dark. I'm enjoying some fine holiday time with my family. Let me go ahead and also take this time to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I really appreciate you riding with me. I appreciate all the support, everyone who subscribes and follows and shares and comments. I appreciate it all. Couldn't do it without you. Now, let me also take this time to remind you that if you hadn't had a chance yet to download my free book, The Digital Freedom Shortcut, make sure you do. The link is in the description below, and it's my free guide, my free gift to you. Shows you exactly what I did to leave the corporate grind and live the ultimate laptop lifestyle like I'm doing right now, enjoying every second of it here with my family. Make sure you give me a like and a comment and a subscribe. That's the most important thing. Matter of fact, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. This is Jason Ligo with Always Enterprise, coming to you from Leavenworth, Washington, a small, beautiful Bavarian town, wishing you once again a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll see you next time. Take care.